A point that he mentioned there was around things being onerous. And Leila, I want to find out from you, as somebody who produces your own projects, who's out there making things happen as a woman, right? I want to find out what is your perspective on the South African film industry, your perspective on the process of fundraising to get your projects out there, but also the support that then exists as a, not just for economic growth, but also for transformation.
Well, I think it's very layered. I've been in the industry for 12 years now. I am youth, I'm a woman of color. So I've had on the ground sort of experience of what the challenges are and also what the potential is, I think. And if I could sum it up in terms of how I feel about this sector, it's a combination of extreme frustration and extreme excitement, because there is hardly another sector that can compare in terms of its scope for transformation. I mean, as Fiso was saying, also over 65% of our industry workforce is under 35. But it's not easy. And the worst part is it shouldn't have to be as hard as it is. And from my perspective as a producer and a company owner, there are incentives in place to assist transformation, to assist youth, women, people of color to enter the industry, but those incentives don't work properly. Another large thing that I've had to face, I mean, I've done 5 films now in the past 3 years. And Mabata Monsho always said, one shouldn't have to sacrifice your soul for the work that you do. And it has felt like that.
You're frozen.
I was just on a production called Blood Psalms, which is one of the biggest locally made, 100% locally made series in the history of our industry. And I was the sole producer on that. And we shot it during COVID. And I went out one day onto our set, and we had employed over 1,200 people, and I couldn't pay them that week because the funds that were supposed to be incoming from the government incentives and from my partners weren't coming. So even at the crux of the height of where we're trying to repair a damaged economy, we are facing issues where we're already on the back foot. And transformation then is hindered by those economics, because I can't phone my bank and say, can you just put in 50 million so long so I can pay all of these people who need to work? And so historically, it places us in a position where transformation isn't happening as quickly as it should, I think. Skills, attention to detail in terms of skills and upskilling people has been slow, but it's mostly because the intentions are right, but the execution of all these things that have been put in place are not serving the industry on the ground in terms of that. And I'm speaking specifically towards transformation and my experience as a producer.
Yeah. So it can't just be incentives for the sake of incentives. There definitely needs to be good alignment that meets the end goal and the objectives that we're wanting
to pay attention to the sector. I feel like we're constantly saying to government, saying to stakeholders, pay attention to the impact that we could have as a sector. And it's just that attention that needs to be paid, and the acknowledgement of the possibilities of what we contribute to the economy. If that could just be acknowledged and worked on, I think we could really, really change the game in terms of South Africa and the sector. I mean, California has the 5th largest economy in the world, and what is that? That's technology, that's entertainment industry. And yeah, so from my point of view, I'm working really hard to try and get those processes put in place and fixed and ironed out so that people who come after me don't have to experience it, because they don't have to.
Yeah, we definitely don't need to be experiencing that, and we do thank you for doing that work and laying the ground for women of color, for people of color, but just, I think for everybody who's part of this industry as well. I think everybody here plays their part in laying down the bricks that create the road that is going to build this industry.